you build a house, the builder built in vain. Me, I go follow you, they go. Anywhere you lead me, I don't go. Jesus, my life is for your glory, your glory. Yeah, do more, do more, do more, do more, do more, do more. Me, I go there, follow you, follow you, follow you, Jesus. My life is for your glory, glory. You make the little things I do be like in a big thing, oh. Your grace makes a difference. Your thing embarrass me, oh. I like it, oh. I like the way you dey lead me, oh.
Yes, we thank you for tuning in. Today is Saturday, the 17th of August, 2019 of the year of our Lord. We're bringing you the legal matters as usual from the studios of Fire Life Radio, courtesy of Justice and Law Solicitors. The name is Lawyer David Darko of Justice and Law Solicitors. Today we have wonderful topics, interesting areas to talk about today. Everything that we talked about, everything that we come here to say, believe in me, is from experience and the difficulties and challenges that people are going through, either through mistakes that they have done and therefore what needs to be done in order to correct these mistakes, and also to teach people the right way and the lawful way in order to regularize their stay and to become documented migrants in the UK. Today we are going to be talking about changing personal details on a passport. Changing personal details on a passport, especially the British passport. We will talk about that and the procedure and what to do, what to follow in order to successfully change details in a passport. We will also be looking at changing details on a birth certificate. One may ask, why is there a need? If there is a mistake, why don't you just leave it as it is? I've seen so many names, especially Ghana names, that are incorrectly spelled on birth certificates. And sometimes you see a birth certificate with different spelling. You see a passport with different spelling. And you see other school documents with different spellings. At the moment, you might think that it makes no difference. But believe in me, someone with an eagle eye, may spot the difference. And the person can actually make you sweat. I have been a victim of this, and in fact, it had to take me some time to get this corrected. And I will explain this because sometimes, we think that it's just a small mistake. It's not such a big deal, but it can have a big impact. So we will talk about that. We will also be talking about Brexit updates, prorogation of Parliament, the possibility of vote of no confidence in our Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the possibility of either Ken Clark or Jeremy Corbyn, becoming the Prime Minister in an event that there's a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister, and the opposition leaders or the opposition parties, as well as some of the Tory rebels, come together with the opposition parties to form a party of national unity in order to be able to do what? To be the interim party or interim people to lead the country to general elections. We will also be looking at all these permutations. And the last one that we will talk about is there a new law that allow EEC nationals or EU nationals to bring their family members to the United Kingdom. We will also be looking at this as well. So if you are watching the program, please do share the program with all your loved ones, because today there is something in for everyone. If you have a church group through WhatsApp, just do cut and paste. Just go to your Facebook, just save the link and post it on your WhatsApp group so that they can all benefit from today's program. Because we cannot do the program, and for you to call us later on and start asking questions, someone will call you and say that I couldn't listen to the program, give me a summary of the program. We will not do that. It's as simple as that. The reason being that time is crucial, time is essential, and time is money. So if you want it free, this is the time for you to listen it free. If you want it free, you have to go back to Facebook or YouTube and listen to it free. We do apologize, but that is what needs to be done because we cannot do a job twice. So it's important that you understand it as well. Today, like I said, we have 4 main areas that we're going to be talking about. The last one will be either there is a new law that allows EU nationals to bring their family members. We will look at that, if there is a new law or if there is no law. And if you are UGC national, you want to bring your family members to the UK before 31st of October, what is it that you need to do? If you need to step up now. Don't wait until it is too late. We will be back shortly. Let's go to our brother, Lucky Dube, and listen to this tune. Lord of mercy. Yes, we're gonna take you to the spirits higher and higher. I called Mama on the phone. I told her, Mama, I'm getting married. Yes, we want to thank all our listeners. We also want to take this opportunity to thank all our clients. And we also want to thank all our silent listeners. We don't know how to thank you. Without you, we will not be here every Saturday because you are the best wati. Nyamene hini baby will be a chia chia. Nyamene hini do kane ba ko pe o se champion lawyer. There is no size. Or say Osana Obana Besosha now say there is a difference. Nyamini hine se uya Ghana ni na say unya Ghana ni bia yira. Na so di ni case ni ambabi rough. Kacha ni se waye kokohwe de. Omre fie wate. Efiani Justice and Law Solicitors. Ose omre fie na nuane akoko. Nyamene hene bia wo bia chiachia. Sasu na mesmeka se ukonwrom na se ukohu sakramaya. Kachere se omre fie wate. Na ne fie ni nuane kramai. Ewom se futukuko nini oni okoto efri ebusia baakum anso so omonsre afikurum sedi akoko kutufufo nini kutufufo nini ne de ni ewia no sasu no okoto de ni nsuo na yesi mampam asunsiriye eye entuntumu ehintia se ope baby wasumbajo dia na enwani Justice and Law Solicitors. There is no lawyers like us. Today we are bringing you the undiluted legal advice from the studios of Fire Life Radio. Yes, sir, we you senior. Me say enemenko baby, I don't touch the dial. Now say we a family member of an EU national. And the munyi masum na muntie ye I. De ebeboa ane de bremo. De ewom na yeka. De enim de yenkanta. And he said, open the undiluted advisor. And on the Justice and Law Solicitors through Fire Life Radio. We bring you the legal matters. Share program now, share the program for all your family members. Any platform that you are on, we will encourage you to share the program. You'll be saving someone money by sharing this program. You'll be saving someone headache by sharing the program. Yes, and you are Danny Bonimiano. Yet, you will share program name a month for. Said the amount for Behunse BB Air Coso Ewo Studios of Fire Life Radio. Don't assume for 1 minute that everyone knows. When we encroach on the technology. Yesterday, we're going to be looking at common mistakes that occurs on birth certificate, and if these mistakes do occur, is there a point to do something about it? Our choice has always been Janessa. Let's leave it like that, and nothing would happen. Today, this is a practical experience and this is a reality. Things that has happened to people. We're going to be giving that as an example for you to learn from people's mistakes. Changing personal details on a passport, especially British passport. If there is change in your circumstances, how do you go about in changing it?
I remember in church when the preacher man read the scriptures. You look so beautiful and so innocent. I did not know that behind that beauty lies the true colors that will destroy me in the near future. This choice I made didn't work out to be.
Distraught I may. Today we're going to be talking about changing personal details on a British passport, and also we're going to be looking at changing details on a birth certificate. As we all know, sometimes we have to be proverbial, and I believe that the good wise men and women that listen to Fire Life Radio will understand where we are coming from, because sometimes you have to use something called figure of speech to be able to make a point. Sometimes you have to use proverbs proverb to be able to summarize a certain point. And today is not going to be different. I love proverbs. I love proverbs. And I love proverbs. Shakespeare once said, hate me, love me, both works in my favor. You love me, I'll be on your mind. You hate me, and I will be in your thought. Every publicity is a good publicity, and there is no business like show business.
Not something that was within you. Now I know what they mean when they
So today we're going to be looking at these mistakes that people do, and what do you do to go about it. People have made these mistakes and people hate them. People have made these mistakes, it's landed them into trouble. Today we are going to be talking if these mistakes have occurred on your child's passport, your child's birth certificate, maybe your passport, maybe your birth certificate. What is it that you need to do? What are some of the reasonable explanations that the passport office or the birth registry may accept? You know, so many innocent people are in prison. When you say this, people watch your face and they go like, what are you talking about? Only bad people are in prison. You see, this is the perception that people create. But believe in me, so many innocent people are in prison. And these days, because of cameras, because of mobile phones, we can see some authorities in some places planting drugs on people. And because of video, these people have been proved to be innocent. So without these videos, these people would have been prosecuted. And the perception is there is no smoke without fire. The fact that they've been prosecuted and convicted, they must have done the crime. You see, so it's very, very important that when something occurs, we have to be very, very careful how we judge. We have to be very, very careful how we judge. So today, we're going to go through this, and hopefully it will help some of our listeners. Someone may be watching us. Someone may be listening to us. The person may know someone, or perhaps the person is going through the same thing. Then the person can then work out the best way to go about this. So let's look at changing personal details on a British passport. As we all know, British passport in particular for children is valid for 5 years. For adults, normally it's valid for 10-year period. But people should realize this. You do not have to inform Her Majesty's Passport Office, or you do not have to get a new passport if you change your address or your contact details. If you get a new job, if you change your appearance slightly, so for example, you dye your hair, you grow a beard, you change your marital status, maybe you have now become a divorcee, or you have simply now got married, or you have become a civil partner, and you want to keep your name. This is a question that people ask all the time. Some people get married, the next day they want to change their passports so that their name reflects their new marital name. I mean, it's a matter of choice. If you want to, at any time you can. But there is no legal obligation on you to change your name. For example, from, say, Joyce Hamilo to maybe Joyce Yeboah. There is no legal obligation to change your name in your passport after you have been married. Also, there is no legal obligation to change your passport if you change your title. So, for example, you go to school, you become a doctor. There is no legal obligation to do new application to change your name to maybe Dr. David Darko. If your name is David Darko, you can keep it. But some people may prefer their title to be everywhere that they go. They want their titles to follow them. So that people can see that yes, they've gone to school, they've sweat blood, and now they are doctor. I remember one time watching a clip about a doctor who boarded a plane. And the person, one of the air stewards, referred to her as Madam, and then the name followed. She just turned around. I did not go to school. All these years, all this sweat, all this blood, for you to be calling me Madam. Call me Doctor, da 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 da. I say, yes, title I talk. So sometimes it's like that. You do not have to tell the passport office if you also become a national of another country, provided that they accept dual nationality. As we know, UK accept dual citizenship. Ghana, example, also accept dual nationality or dual citizenship. And in this case, you do not have to tell the passport office. Also, if you want to emigrate, move on to another country, you do not need to to tell the passport office. So these are minor changes that you do not need to tell them. However, if you want to tell them and change your passport to reflect the new change in your circumstances, of course, you may be able to do so at a cost of about £75.50 if you do online application, and £85 paper application, and perhaps you can pay more if you want your documents to be returned by special delivery or secured post. So that can also be done. Then what is it that when there is this change, you need to tell the passport office people and get your passport changed? If you change your name, for example, your name is Mr. Obinim. Now, you have changed your name to become Mr. Obimpe, and I said Mr. Obipe. Once you do that, then of course you need to tell the passport office so that it reflects your new name. It's important that you do this in order to avoid complications and difficulties. So let's take, for example, you have your name, you change your name. So you buying a plane ticket, you use your new name to buy the plane ticket, but your passport is in your old name. If you are traveling at the airport, you're going to have problems because they may not see it that way and you may encounter problems. So once you change your name, you may have changed your name by deed poll. Whilst deed poll may be just about sufficient to convince an airline to board you, for peace of mind, get your passport changed as well so that the new reality reflect what is on there so that you don't encounter too many problems at the airport. If you change your gender, or perhaps if you change your sex, because when it comes to sociology, the definition of gender and sex sometimes is very difficult because of different interpretation. But in this instance, when we say gender, we mean if you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. So this is what we mean by gender. As we all know.
But when it comes to sex, what will that mean, lawyer?
Then we will go into sociology from my memory. When we say sex, we'll be looking at a man or a woman. But when it comes to gender, when it comes to gender, man or a woman, and when it comes to sexuality, it can be a man who has become a woman who has become a man or a woman, or transgender. Okay, it's the other way around. Gender is what you define yourself to be.
Okay.
By sex is biology, what you are born to be. So, for example, someone can say I'm transgender, but transfer any gender. You see the point? So then you can be, it's fluid, it can change. And sometimes you have I can't remember the name, but it's a man and a woman at the same time. Like the runner in South Africa. You know, she's a girl, but for some reason the hormone is producing so much that they are claiming that she's a man. You know, so you have all this confusion going on. And in fact, some they call hermaphrodite or something, I can't even remember the name, that they have both organs. So all this stuff is going on that sometimes we don't even understand what is going on anymore. You know, and sometimes people question God, that God said that he's done everything to perfection. How come that someone is a man and at the same time a woman? I don't know. You know, all these are deep philosophical questions that philosophers may have an answer that I will not be able to answer. But you know, God knows why he do certain things. His understanding are not our understanding, and sometimes you know we cannot question God because He knows why He created you, and He knows why He made it that way. That is the reason why, in one sense, everything is to its perfection, so that you can see that God can do everything. So that aside, the gender, if you change your gender, then of course you need to also advise the passport office. So for example, if I'm sitting here and I'm proclaiming to be a man, and all of a sudden I feel that my body is trapped in a wrong body. In fact, I'm a woman, and all of a sudden I go through all this what do you call it, this treatment, and you know I become a woman and I change my gender. Of course my title perhaps may also change as well. There is one famous boxing promoter, you know, back in the 1990s. He is now a woman. You know, he was a man, and all of a sudden he's gone through some changes. Let's see if I can find the name, and those watching us, you can Google it and you'll be able to see it for yourself. You know, there was once in this country that we used to say Parliament is supreme. Parliament can make any law of this land except changing a man into a woman. But in this 21st century, Parliament has managed to pass a law where a man can become a woman and a woman can become a man. So that is how it is. That is how we go. So basically, once you change your gender, you could also do what? You could also you need to tell the you could also do what? You could also let them know, and then they will do what? They will change it for you.
So, in other words, when you're filling in your passport application, and it says gender, or I don't know, I can't remember what it says, gender, and let's say it says gender, and you are a man, but you've turned yourself to be a woman. That means you have to say what you used to be.
No, because you have changed, there has been a change, because most of the time you will see that once people change their gender, they will adopt a woman name. Typical example, I've seen the name now. You see, there was once a boxing promoter in this country. He used to promote Lennox Lewis. If we do remember, going back to 1990s, his name was called Francis Maloney, or Frank Maloney.
Frank Maloney, yeah.
He was born in 1953, and he was a man, and he was a promoter.
Frank Maloney, yes.
Frank Maloney. Now, she is a woman. Her name is...
He is a woman.
Yes. And his name, or her name, is now Kelly. Kelly Maloney.
Hey.
You understand? So now, he cannot fill out a passport forms and say that my name is Kelly Maloney, I'm a man. He has now become a woman.
Okay.
And therefore, she will subscribe to her new identity, her new sex. So Kelly Maloney, born Francis Frank into brackets Maloney, 1953, is a British boxing manager and a promoter who managed Lennox Lewis to the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
Indeed.
In August 2014, Maloney announced publicly that she wished to be known as Kelly and that she was undertaking gender reassignment. So once you go through that procedure, and you go through that gender reassignment, that means the gender is being reassigned, changing. So Frank Maloney, who was a man, is now a woman called Kelly. So if she is now filling a passport application forms, she is going to take female. And if after the gender reassignment she had to change, she had to go and fill out new passport application forms and write her full name and also ticked female, because she now consider herself as a woman. Because if you don't do that and you are wearing women's clothes and you go and stand at the airport with a passport called Frank Maloney, people will question it. You understand? So you have to also reassign everything to fit your new sort of persona. So that is how it is. So this is a very typical example. If you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you can Google it, Kelly Maloney, into brackets, Frank Maloney, just put in British boxing manager. This is a very typical example, and I'm pretty sure that she would have changed her passport so that it reflects the new her. So that is how it is.
I see.
So when there is a gender change, then of course you need to inform the passport office. The next one is your appearance. If there has been a significant change in your appearance, then of course you may also need to change your passport. So for example, if you are black and now you are now looking white, then of course you need to take a new picture and do a new passport. Because if you go to any passport office or any airport, they look at the picture, you look black, but your face is looking white, you may encounter some difficulties. So these are significant changes that you ought to inform the passport office. Now the second segment, let's go to birth certificates. These are very, very important things that we ought to be very, very careful. And also, we need to be able to make changes the right way. So many reasons why these mistakes occur. Sometimes you may have someone who may perhaps sleep with two men or more at the time of the conception of a child, and therefore as soon as the child is born, either the mother may not know who the biological father is, or sometimes people will make the conscious decision that, oh no, this man is safe, I'd rather he's the father of my child rather than B, because Mr. A is thoughtful, caring, and Mr. A perhaps is security. And therefore let me stick to Mr. A, knowing well that Mr. A may not be the child's father. So we come to the registration of the child. The wrong father's name is entered on the birth certificate. Either sometimes out of malice or sometimes out of ignorance. So the wrong father's details is put on the birth certificate. And sometimes even the mother, either through depression or feeling blue, it's a child blue or it's a blue child, what do you call it, may go to the registration place and give wrong information because mentally he wasn't all there. Sometimes you will see the nationality of the mother and they've written Cape Coast. Nationality of the mother, they've written New Zealand, and the person is maybe a Nigerian or a Ghanaian. Nationality of the mother, maybe they've written Belgium, the person is maybe a Ghanaian and Nigerian. Occupation, the person is not working, and the person will put engineer, taxi driver, Uber driver, a lawyer, a pharmacist, a doctor, a cleaner, and this is a person who is not allowed to work in the UK, and at the time of registration the person doesn't work but he just opened his mouth and put any information there. In this case, if it has happened, what is it that you need to do to be able to change the details on the birth certificate? I need to mention this. At the bottom of the birth certificate, before you sign it, there is something there that states as follows. I'm paraphrasing it. If you knowingly give false information, it is a criminal offense, and you may be persecuted. So you may be prosecuted. If you knowingly give false information, you may be prosecuted. The key, if you knowingly. As we all know, sometimes unknowingly you may give information in relation to the registration of your child's birth. And at some point, it will occur to you that this information is not accurate. And therefore, what is it that you need to do in order to correct the mistake? Sometimes people will give their child a name that they may not want. They want to change the name on the birth certificate. If a child is under 16 years of age, the law gives permission to the parents or someone with parental responsibility to change the child's name. And normally you do this by way of deed poll. Once you do the deed poll, an application can be submitted to the General Registry Office. And in this case, or in this age, now you need to go to the council first, the local authority, birth death registry, to submit the application. It costs about £90, and you set out the reason why you want the birth certificate to be amended, and you state why. So, for example, if the wrong father's details has been entered onto the birth certificate, you need to prove why the details is wrong or why the detail is not correct. So, for example, you had affair with maybe two men at the time of conception. One person's name was put down as the father. As the child is growing up, you notice that Mr. B is not the father, it might be Mr. A. Or Mr. A suspects that the child might be my child, and therefore I'm coming to claim the child. When it happens like that, one of the best evidence that you can use to determine the paternity and maternity of the child is through DNA. So DNA will be carried out. Once the DNA is carried out, then of course, if it proves that in fact the suspicion is correct, then once again application will have to be made to the birth death registry department of your local authority. They will then initiate it, and in the end, for an affidavit to be sworn by two people, i.e. the biological mother, biological father, or the father whose details was put on the marriage on the birth certificate, for them to swear an affidavit that yes, it is true, and that they accept that the other person, the wrong father, is not the biological father of the child. When it happens like that, the General Registry will give you the chance to do what? To change the child's birth certificate, i.e. the father's name will be changed so that the correct father's name can then be entered. The next question therefore is, what would then happen if you decide to change your child's name? Maybe you've given a name to a child that you don't want that name anymore. What is it that you can do? Once again, you can do this by way of statutory declaration, or you can also do deed poll, and then application can then be made to the registry office, so that the name can then be changed. Or if the wrong father's details has been put on there, you make an application, and they can also do what? After DNA, as you are changing the father's details, you can also change the child's name at the same time. If you are not a parent of the child and you are someone with parental responsibility, then of course you can also do what? You can also make an application to get the name changed. What we have to realize is this: in this country, we do not have a central register of name changes, but you can choose to log a record of your deed poll with the Royal Court of Justice, which keeps public records. So they call this process enrolling your deed poll. Basically, they will keep record of it, and any time that you need a copy, you'll be able to contact them and get a copy. Also, if an error has occurred on your daughter's or your child's name, especially spellings, so many times, if you are a parent, you are listening to me today, once you go to register your child, take a moment. Once everything is recorded, before you sign it, check everything to make sure that the names are spelled correctly. Because many a times, when the registrar register the child or inputting the information, they will give it to you for you to cross-check it, you see. Many a times people don't check, or people cannot be bothered. You know, so before you know, the name gets recorded the wrong way. I have seen Ghanaian names, a name like Intim, and you see the way they spell it? They spell it Nitim. Nitim. Some people have had it Nitm. I don't know how to pronounce it. Some names, Intim, it is spelled Ntiri. Ntiri. And as soon as we see it, we say, oh, let's just accept it. Let's just take it as it is. So you have a child with different name on there as the father. You call yourself the father. You get to a place, they look at your passport, different spelling. You look at the child's birth certificate, different spelling. At that point, you are going to get headache. If someone wants to stress you, the person is going to stress you. And I will use my own thing as an example. I remember my driver's license. My middle name is spelled Obeng. Obeng. When they were doing it, they spelled it Obemg. In fact, when I got it, I spotted the error. But once again, I said, oh, this is not a big deal. Let me just leave it. I left it for about 10 years. One time I went to bank to withdraw money. And as soon as they realized the amount was a huge amount, then all of a sudden I was told, Mr. Darko, please do take a seat. Someone will see you in a minute. Whilst I was sitting down, they were spying me on a camera to see whether I was coming to do fraud or whatever. But I know it's my money. I know that I had nothing to fear. So I sat down patiently waiting. About 10 minutes, a manager came along, started asking ridiculous questions. I was calm. I was able to answer his questions. And I asked him, why am I being treated this way? Because it's never happened to me before. And in fact, I'm disappointed because I've been sitting here for 10 minutes. No one has said no jack to me. Is that how you treat people? My money is there. You are making a huge interest from my money. And you give me a little bit. And you are not prepared to tell me what's going on. At that point, he drew my attention to the Mr. Darko. My staff members became concerned because they spotted an error. I believe that it was an error. Your middle name is spelled Obeng instead of Obeng. So I would advise that perhaps you get this corrected. You see the point? Straight away, I knew that what he was saying was true because I knew that. But I didn't think that the bank will make such a fuss out of it. You understand? So straight away, I came back and I made sure that I go back to the DVLA for them to get that change. And even when I went there, they were also fighting me. They tried to tell me that it's not their fault. Because when they did the driver's license, when they sent it to me, they normally say that if you spot an error, you should tell them straight away, which I did not. And as far as they are concerned, it's not their fault. And therefore, in order to get this corrected, I had to do change of name by deed poll. Even though I haven't changed my name, I have to swear a statutory declaration to change to say that that name should change to the correct spelling of my name. So I had to do that to get that corrected. So please, if you are perhaps, seeing any mistake, either in your passport, in your child's birth certificate, do not take it for granted, and do not sit there for one moment to say that it's not going to cause you problems, because it will come to a point. For example, when you are serious, maybe you want to get a mortgage to buy a house. If you go through a broker, financial advisor, they're gonna ask you to bring your passport. If you submit the passport and the name does not tally with what is on your payslip, once again you are likely to encounter such problems. So please, these small mistakes, they are small, but the price to pay is very, very tough and very, very expensive. So I will say to you, I will ask that we take it serious and we do the best that we can to correct this. Because if you do not change it now, you'll be forced to change it at a later period. If you are changing it, what are the procedures? What is it that you need to do in order to make these corrections? There is a form called corrections form. You can get this through your local authority website. If you go to Birth and Death Registry website, and then you go to corrections, and there is a form called changing the details, or the correct changing the details of the father, or correct father's details on birth certificate. Just Google that. It will take you to the form, and the form is about 3 or 4 pages. All that you have to do is to fill in the basic information and offer an explanation as to why you want the change to occur. So, for example, we go back to the birth certificate again. At the bottom, what it says is this: if you knowingly give false information, you may be prosecuted. The question, therefore, is, when you are completing such a form, if you knowingly provided false information, then of course you may be prosecuted. But if the information was entered unknowingly, then no one can prosecute you. So that is all that I can say to that. That is all that I will say to that. It's very, very important that we understand this. If you knowingly give false information, if you do not knowingly give false information, you have not committed any offense. So that is all that I will say. And the word to the wise is in the north. Now, the main topic for today. Okay, let's talk about Brexit, and then we go to the free movement of family members of EEC nationals. Now we find ourselves in an uncharted territories, UK. For over 200 years since constitution rule started in the UK, we have not find ourselves in this situation. And now we don't know what is going to happen, whether we are going to come out, whether we are not going to come out. Is everybody's guess. Nobody knows what is going to happen, and therefore for me it's important that perhaps maybe you make the right move, you take the right steps, and you do what you need to do, because you simply never know what is around the corner. So if you are European national, you want to bring your mother, your father, your family members to the UK, the question is there any way any chance that you can lawfully, legally bring family members to the UK, either being a direct family member or be indirect family members. It's a question that a lot of people have asked, and a lot of people keep asking us. So we do the best that we can to cover a lot of this area today, so that we can all get a better understanding of the law. So if it applies to you, make the right move. If it doesn't apply to you, then you wait for a better time. Now, Brexit, where are we? Where are we on Brexit? Are we coming out? Are we staying in? Should we go? Should we stay? Nobody knows tomorrow, and nobody knows what is going to happen. The question, therefore, is, if you are European national, what do you do? If you are European national, what is the right thing to do? If you have a mother living outside the UK, you want to bring your mother or perhaps your father, what is it that you need to do? Can you bring your brothers? Can you bring your sisters? Can you bring your cousins? We are going to be talking about this today. So I think it's vital, it's important that we understand what you can and cannot do. Once you get a better understanding of what is going on, I think you'll be able to do what? To advise people. If you want to take initiative, if you want to take action, you'll be able to do what? Take action to basically to benefit from the law before we come out of the European Union. Now let's look at where we are in relation to Brexit. We have elected our Prime Minister, Mr. Boris Johnson, who is been a Prime Minister for about 2 to 3 weeks now. What he has said in public is that do or die come 31st of May. Sorry, come 31st of October. We are going to come out of the European Union, whether there is a deal or no deal. Someone is saying something that okay, I mean, people have a lot of questions. When we activate the telephone lines, please feel free and call in if there is any advice that we can give you. Because even, you can actually go to court and get a court to make an order for paternity. The court can make an order for a woman to undertake DNA. I mean, people are sending a lot of stuff. I'm trying to read them and it's distracting me from talking and doing the program. So we will read them as we go along. Nana Bob, I say, it's true. I have checked now. He's now a woman. We are not joking. Yes, it's Frank Maloney. Now he's called Kelly. You see. So Vim lady, baby, I will be that is how it is. So let's try and also let's stick to this and go for it. Also, because of all this palaver that is going on, anyone who is holding residency card, permanent residency card, please do the best that you can and also apply for settlement scheme visa. Because if we come out of the European Union without a deal, UK is very unlikely to recognize European law in the UK from 1st of November. That would then mean that all those people holding residency card, permanent residency cards, and the European regulation, it's possible that their visas will also not be recognized because European law no longer applies in this country. And since the visas were issued under European law, which is no longer applicable in this country, they will not respect that visa. It is for this reason that we ask that you go and see your lawyers so that they can make further application for you, so that you can secure yourself under European law and also under British immigration law. So if you are listening and you have not done your what do you call it, residency settlement scheme visas, then of course you can do what? You can then apply as soon as possible so that you get yourself secured, because it's very serious.
Question: when those application is made, how long does it take for the Home Office to respond?
I mean, it depends. Home Office, generally speaking, they say 6 months.
Okay.
But we've done application for someone the same day on the spot. The application
good.
was granted.
So if you make the application now, and you are talking about 6 months, it can go up to about 6 months.
That's
You've made the application, you haven't been given, but they are coming out on the 31st of October. So if they've come out, will the application be treated as before it was in, or I am a little bit confused here?
The application will still be valid because the application was submitted before we came out of the European Union. So you'll be okay. It is for this reason that we are advising people that do the best that you can, put in your application before 31st of October. Now, there's so much speculation, permutations of what is going to happen. So let me just update you of the politics of Brexit this week. This week, Jeremy Corbyn, if you don't know him, he is the leader of the opposition, the main opposition, which is the Labour Party. He wrote an open letter to all the parties and suggested that if Boris Johnson make up his mind or decide or attempt to prorogue Parliament, i.e. to suspend Parliament, or try to delay the Brexit process so that there is no deal before 31st of October, so that on the 1st of November we crash out of the European Union, he is going to file a motion. He's going to file motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister. We have a system called parliamentary system of government. If members of parliament vote to say that they do not have confidence in the Prime Minister, by convention, the Prime Minister must resign for a new Prime Minister to be elected,
Right.
or for a new Prime Minister to be selected. So Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the main opposition, the Labour Party, has written to all the other parties in Parliament that if Boris Johnson try any sneaky means to get out of the European, to get us out of the European Union without, a deal, then he is going to place motion in Parliament of no confidence in the Prime Minister. As we all know, the Conservative Party has only got one majority in Parliament. There was a by-election just recently at Wales, in which they lost and they voted for the Liberal Democrats. And the Liberal Democrats, the irony is this: the Liberal Democrats campaigning, or they are still campaigning, that we should not leave the European Union.
Without a deal.
They said that we should revoke Article 80, Article 50. And Labour is arguing that we should not come out without a deal because this is not what we were promised. It's interesting because when they were campaigning for Brexit, they said that, we will get a deal, so we should vote to come out. So this has led to the allegation and an accusation that people voted and they did not know what they were voting for because they voted on the basis that we are going to have a deal.
Yes.
Now that we have voted to come out, now you are threatening that there's going to be no deal. And therefore, there's an allegation against the Leave people that they lied to the people who voted. So Jeremy Corbyn said, no, what we are going to do is this. We're going to bring the Prime Minister down if they need be. So Jeremy Corbyn wrote to all these parties. And in fact, he's also got some of the Conservatives backing him up.
Oh, okay.
At least, rumor says that they have about 14 to 44 people directly, they've had meetings with Jeremy Corbyn.
Wow.
That if they need be, they will bring the Prime Minister down. The twist of this, we have Liberal Democrats saying that we should not come out from the first place. And then they also have a new leader called Joe Swinton, something to that effect. And then she's also come out that they will not allow Jeremy Corbyn to become a Prime Minister. Only yesterday, this woman was pushed to the wall, and all of a sudden, she appears to be doing U-turn. Because they said, woman, you saying that coming out of the European Union is a disaster, and you will do anything and everything to avoid it. And Jeremy Corbyn has got the power to do what? To bring the government down. So that he can become an interim Prime Minister until such time that there is a second referendum with a clear-cut no deal. This is what's going to happen. A deal, this is what's going to happen. Or remain, this is what's going to happen. And you are saying that you are not going to do what? Support him. Are you being honest? Are you being fair here? So this woman is pushed to the corner. And all of a sudden, she turned around to say that, well, she will do anything to avoid no deal. So if you go to Sun website, they've written Joe Swinton will do anything, but she won't do that. Dude. You understand? She said that I will do everything to stop Brexit.
But I won't do
then,
that.
if Jeremy Corbyn is going to be the Prime Minister,
I won't do it.
But I won't do that.
Interesting.
So
Politics is interesting.
So we see all this confusion. So we don't know where we are, where we stand, where we are going.
Politics.
Politics.
Oh, my word.
So now, we are in uncharted territories. Nobody knows what is going to happen. But the sign are that Parliament will speak. Because yesterday she was pushed to the corner. And now she appears to be calming down. She has also suggested alternative. That Jeremy Corbyn Prime Ministership is going to be a disaster to this country. She fears that what is meant to be a temporary arrangement could in fact become a permanent arrangement, because when people want power, they will say anything to get their power, and once they get their power, they will do whatever they take. So for me, give me £1 million and give me power, I will take power, because I will use the power to get £1 million in a flash like that. So that is her fear. This is what she's saying. So the question now is, what is going to happen? Nobody knows what is going to happen. So if you are a European national, if you are a family member of a European national, and you are a holder of residency card, which was issued to you before March in particular, whether it is 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, how many years ago, it is incumbent upon you to apply for settlement scheme visa, either permanent settlement scheme visa or pre-settlement scheme visa. It is in your interest, because as we sit here today, nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow, whether Boris Johnson is going to carry out this threat and drag out by hook or crook from the European Union, and whether when we come out without a deal, or if we come out without a deal, whether he will then respect the right of European nationals and their family members living and residing in the UK or not. And therefore, as a matter of security and certainty and guarantee, it is incumbent upon you, European nationals, their family members who have not yet applied for settlement scheme visa, to do so now. Because if you don't, Who knows tomorrow? Why any echina? Nobody knows tomorrow. Because yes, it is true. Whilst it is the case that Article 70 of the Vienna Convention relating to treaties will give you the right to keep all your rights that you have derived through a convention, through a treaty, do you really want to go through the courts in order to get your rights respected? Or would you rather do it now so that it costs you less, and also in terms of stress, it costs you less stress? I know which one that I would opt for. I will encourage you to apply. Because if you apply it, under British immigration law, you are protected.
You don't lose nothing.
So if you are listening to me, do not be hardened. Because when the day comes, trust me, it's going to be tears. It's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Lawyer, what do you lose applying, making the application? I don't think you lose anything at all.
It's,
what saddens me is people will wait. Then after 31st, that's when they will come and cry to you. And that is what is really, really annoying me. Because the bottom line is, make the application now. You lose nothing. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, it's very sad, but you know, we sometimes very, very difficult to understand us, you know, because many times we wait until the fire is on our backside. That is where we jump. And then when they call the lawyer at 2 a.m. and they don't get the lawyer, they ring someone else and complain. The lawyer is not serious. When you ring him, he doesn't pick. What the person wouldn't say is that I called the lawyer at 2 a.m. You see? So,
no, but you put the rule. The rule na you bono. You put the rule to the listener. Me personally, there after 31st, say obi ebegina wenim na say obeka we ya me ankasa I will deal with the person. I'm telling you because the rule na we are bo our Fire Live Radio.
Yes.
Ya can wasem aka. I don't think say after 31st somebody should come and tell you say make application for him. Because it's not going to happen.
You see, mark it on the wall.
It's not going to happen.
Mark it on the wall and you'll be surprised. When it comes to Brexit, when we were voting, I came on this radio and I explained that voting to come out, really, it's not going to be easy. Even if you vote to come out, because of the politics, because of, you know, difficulties surrounding treaties, believe in me, we are going to be worse off. How many people made a comment that the lawyer is only fighting for his job? He thinks that once we come out, they will lose clients, they will lose business. That is the reason why I'm making this noise on the radio. How many people said this? They know themselves. Like I say, as long as there is conflict on this earth, lawyers will always chop. Believe me. Like someone will say, cry your own cry. Because the end of the day, this is how it is. Look at the mess that we find ourselves. After 3 years, I predicted this. And you can go back and play the tapes and you will see that I predicted that these things will happen. And we might not even come out. I said this, and believe in me, look at how difficult it's been in coming out of the European Union.
Yes.
So sometimes when we come here and we talk, we just don't come here and talk because we like talking. All that I entrust people to do a bit of reading. Just look at treaties. How difficult is it to sign a treaty? European Union and Canada, they started one trade treaty from 1997. They've just completed. You think it's a joke? It is not a joke. It takes time. Every line, every sentence, every paragraph, every page have to be scrutinized by both parties. And the agreement have to be in the interest of both parties. How can that be possible if you have two people looking for different things? So compromise upon compromise upon compromise, you get to the destination. So it's not that simple and it's not that easy as sometimes people can make it look like. So all that I say is this. Now, 3 permutations. Either 31st of October, we come out of the European Union with no deal. If that happens, there's a possibility that from 1st of November, the UK will not recognize European law, i.e., European Economic Area Immigration Regulation of 2004, 2006, 2016. Any right that you have derived from these regulations will be thrown into the sea. That means if you are European national, you are living here and you don't have permission to live here. If you come from Italy, you are going back.
They can kick you out.
If you come from Modena, you are going back. If you come from Brescia, you are going back. If you come from Napoli, you are going back. If you come from Udine, you are going back. So we need to bear this in mind. If you are a Ghanaian national, your family member is an European, you did not bother to apply for settlement scheme visa, and you come from Chiobodom, you are going back. So it is important that you secure your interest by making an application today. To do what? To secure your interest. I don't know how much more that we have to say this, because people are sitting there and they are doing nothing. But the more you do nothing, the more you put yourself at risk. Whether to get it or not to get it, you are putting yourself at risk, as well as your family members.
It's true.
So people should bear this in mind, because 31st of October, 1st of November, I will switch my phone off. Because at that point, people will be ringing you, oh, lawyer, do the application for me, do the application for me. You see the point? The problem is this. If the UK come out without a deal, there's a possibility that they will block that application.
Oh, yes.
Or perhaps, if you do the application after that time, after we have come out, they will refuse the application. You send it to a lawyer, the lawyer will do the application, it get refused, you say it's the lawyer's fault. You've been sleeping from now until 31st of October. You will not accept any responsibility, but instead you would rather blame someone else. It doesn't help. If there's something that you must do it now.
But the thing is, they have already even started making a preparation of what they are going to send out, lawyer.
Yes.
So, dealer, they have already prepared what they will send out. No dealer, they've already prepared what they will send out. As soon as it hit 31st and the announcement come out and they say no deal, I'm telling you, they will send it straight away. So don't make this application on the because they have to let you know before you even make application. Otherwise, you can make the application and before they also come out. So they've already prepared themselves.
Yeah.
So we sit on this radio, we advise people, please do it. Because to be honest, after 31st, I will take your phone. After the fair, I will take your phone.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Because our people, most of the time, we will wait until the damage is done. At that point, then you see people trying to do something about it. A typical example is also British passport. A lot of people are holding indefinite. When you tell them, they just watch you like, oh, you are just looking for my money. That is the reason why you are asking me to do British passport. You see, so for me, a lawyer is not God. A lawyer can only do his best once you have messed up. And a lot of people messed up beyond redemption. That is where they call on God and they call on lawyer. You see, so you need to do yourself justice. You need to do yourself a favor. I always say this. You can blame everyone for all that you want. The reality is this. He who feels it knows it. For example, you blame your lawyer. Your lawyer, when he leaves his office, he leaves the trouble there, he doesn't take it home. When he goes home, he's able to eat, he's able to sleep. But the point is this. Your problem, you take it everywhere you go because it's in your mind. So it's important that you do what? You do the right thing. So Vim lady, yes, it does affect you. So do the best that you can. Get in touch so that we can apply for you and you get yourself out of this situation. It's very, very, very important.
It is.
It's not everyone that we can remember and call them.
Look,
that's the reason why we are saying it on air here.
This program, specifically today's program, I'm not going to sit here and just talk for anyhow. And I'm telling you, anybody who is listening to today's program, if that application need to be done, come to Justice and Law Solicitors and get it done. Because after 31st, trust me, me phone will be free. War.
Yeah.
It's going to be war. So and then you go to Justice and Law and get it done. Fix it. Because at the end of the day, so when 20 or 2 or say ye who yansa, yes, 20 I to. Baby, omdi urano, also de biano, we are one step ahead. Because ye nim the omupes way. Inti also yes, ye fast. Meant na ho Emma Asamo metu and son because I didn't have money, I didn't do this. Come out and get it done. In this case, come out and get it done.
It's very, very important that you get this sorted before it is too late, because you have now until 31st of October to do this application. So please do the best that you can and get it sorted.
Text messages no bar neighbor.
Sometimes it's very, very frustrating because when people speak of passion, sometimes it may come across that way or it may sound that way, but the person mean well. And also sometimes our people, you need a cane to whip them for them to do the right thing.
I'm telling you.
No bad intentions.
No,
intended.
There's no bad intention, but we will force them to do it.
It's just that
we will force people to do what they've got to do.
Because when you see fire coming and you are trying to tell someone, look, what you are doing, this is what is going to happen to you. If you don't do this, this is what's going to happen to you. And the person doesn't listen, or the person doesn't heed, and the person doesn't take the right steps, and it happens. And the person come to you with tears and cries and asking you to do something about it, and there is nothing that you can do. It can be very, very frustrating. The job that we do sometimes is very, very frustrating. I will give you one example. One example is, I know of a lady who had indefinite leave to remain. She was going to Ghana for some time, and basically I did advise her that since she's going to Ghana for some time, she should do British passport, and she had to do naturalization. And naturalization, the cost at the time was about £800. What she said was that £800 is a lot of money. Holding indefinite is the same as British passport, and therefore she's not going to do it. And I will say this to you. She went to Ghana. Unfortunately, she had an accident, and this woman suffers from diabetes. So that even made the condition even worse. You see, and what happened was this. They had to amputate one of her legs, and she ended up spending 2.5 years in Ghana. And as we know, if you are a holder of a British indefinite leave, and you spend more than 2 years in Ghana, automatically it gets revoked. If you spend more than 2 years outside the UK. And then when it happened, we had to fight, because when she was coming back, they wouldn't allow her entry on the basis that the visa has been revoked because she has stayed out of the country for more than 2 years. Airport, they sent her back home to Ghana. And then we had to battle, fight for her to get entry back into the UK. And even that, they only give her an entry back to the UK. When she entered, she's now disabled. And she's supposed to claim benefits. She cannot claim benefit because the visa that they put in her passport is now not an indefinite leave visa. It was only a return visa. So this has caused a lot of problems, and we are still fighting so that the person can then get her visa reinstated. So sometimes, because of things that we see, you see, and when you know that someone is taking action and it's not going to help the person, what do? You get angry. It's like a father, you have a teenage daughter. Your teenage daughter thinks that she's now a teenager, she can have sex. And you tell your teenage daughter, don't have sex. Even if you are going to have sex, use condom. And for your daughter to come to you and say that when I use condom, I don't feel right. I want it raw. As a father, how would you feel? Let's be honest. You see, you will feel like, no, you are not listening to me. You are going to bring problems upon yourself and you're going to get angry. You are not getting angry as a result that you don't love your child. Maybe sometimes you love your child too much that you have to get angry. You understand? So it's called tough love. So sometimes it's like that. It comes across like that. Because we find it very, very frustrating.
It is.
You see,
Lawyer,
because I would say this to you. Sometimes we come here, we do the show, we advise, we tell people, be careful, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. The person will go and do the same thing. And when the person is in fire, the person will not look at time. 1 a.m. someone will be calling you. And when you are unable to pick 1 a.m., the person will call everyone that you know. Oh, I've been calling lawyer, he's not answering. I've been calling lawyer, you are not answering. I'm calling lawyer, lawyer is not answering. And by so doing, it's creating impression as if the lawyer is not serious. People call him and he doesn't even answer. You see, that is the reason why we are making this point. Because for me, if we find a solution to the problem, there wouldn't be any follow-up accusations and allegations. But if we advise and the person doesn't take it and it happens, the person cannot then go and make complaint to anyone. You see, so I think there's a bit of misunderstanding here. So try and also see it from our point of view. Why maybe Mr. Pharmacy is so passionate about what he's saying. He's not saying that to upset anyone or maybe to offend anyone.
But even if I have to upset you for you to get the right thing to do, I'll be happy.
So
even if I'm upsetting you today so that you do the right thing, I'm happy.
So it's very, very important that this message gets to people so that they do the right thing. It's for their own sake. Because at the end of the day, you know, people are people. You can advise. The person can decide not to take it. That is fine. But when you find yourself in a mess, sometimes, you know, other people also have other things that they are also doing.
It is sad.
And therefore, it will not be in your interest not to do anything about your circumstances or your situation. But it's important that the message also get get across. So please, let's all do the best that we can to encourage our people to also to spread the information so that people can also benefit from this. So I think we have addressed the issue that our brother has raised. I can understand what you are saying, but you also need to understand the need to sometimes, you know, let people see the realities, and sometimes you have to be harsh to get the information across, because we have seen so many situations whereby sometimes you tell people things and they will not take it serious, but when you are serious about it, that is where people also do what people also see it and do the right things. So yes, your point is taken, our dear brother. Your point is taken on board, and we will also correct that. So thank you for your contribution and also for alerting us. So thank you for that. Now let's go to European nationals and their family members and extended family members. Over the past week or two, we have had a lot of telephone calls. People are telling us that there's been a new law that European nationals living in the UK and their family members can also bring in other family members to join them in the UK. What they're saying that there is a new law. What I would say to our listeners, our dear brothers and sisters, is that in fact there is no new law. No new law. Basically, there isn't a new law. Since the European regulations came into effect, going back as far back as 2004, there has always been a provision that allows European nationals and their family members to do what? To stay in the UK, as long as the European nationals are exercising something called treaty right in the UK. So, for example, I am Norwegian. I moved to the UK to work, and say I have a brother in Ghana. Unfortunately, the brother has passed on. The brother has left children, and the children has now become my dependent because there is no close family member around in Ghana who can look after these children or who is in a financial position to be able to provide for them. You see, in this case, can I bring my brother's children to join me in the UK? That is a question. Let's assume it's not your brother's children, but in fact, maybe they are your brothers or your sisters. Can you also bring them? Maybe they are your cousins. Can you also bring them? Now let's look at the law, European Regulations Act, or European Economic Area, EEA Immigration Regulations 2016. The law says that yes, if you are a European national or a family member of an European national and you are exercising treaty rights in the UK, exercising treaty rights means you are working in the UK, you are self-employed in the UK, you are a student in the UK, or you are self-sufficient person in the UK. You can bring your family members. Family members is divided into two. We have immediate family members, which is your immediate family member, your wife, your husband, your children. And you have extended family members, that is other family members under Regulation 71ABC. So, a relative of an EEA national who is residing in a country other than the UK and is dependent on the EEA national. So, for example, you are a relative of Italian national living in the UK and you are dependent on that EEA national. Is a member of their household and either is accompanying the EEA national to the UK or wishes to join them in the UK. If you are already in the UK, you have joined them in the UK and continues to be dependent on them or to be a member of their household. That is the law. The law is simple. Dependency is important. So the dependency, what the law says, the dependency have to be available, and the dependency must be a dependency of necessity. We need to understand these two principles. There have to be dependency, and the dependency must be a dependency of necessity. What does this mean? That means your family member that you want, him or her, to join you in the UK must be dependent on you.
Absolutely.
When we say dependent on you, it must be financial dependency. And the dependency must be available. So you cannot simply say that, oh, I sponsor my mama, I sponsor my child, I sponsor my daughter, and so on and so forth. But the dependency have to be real. The dependency must be a dependency of necessity, not a dependency of choice. Why is it that we say dependency of necessity? Because the UK government or the European Union also have to bring in a mechanism so that it can stop abuse of the process. Anyone can get up and say that, well, I'm bringing this person, I'm bringing that person on the basis that he's my family member, I'm a European national. The European law also says that the European national and their family members must not become unreasonable burden to the host country, which in this case will be the UK. So there have to be a fine balance, the right to bring your family members and the right not for them not to become dependent on the UK government unreasonably. So we need to try and understand this balance as well. So what then happens is this: if you are going to bring your family member, the burden is on you to prove dependency. As we all know, many a times when you are sending money to relatives, sometimes someone may be going to Ghana because of commission that we don't want to pay. We give it to someone for the person to send the money for us. When it happens this way, you will not be able to get evidence. You see, it matters not what you say. You have to evidence it. It's very, very important. Do the best to evidence it. Because if you don't have any evidence, it becomes a problem. No matter who you go to, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work for you. So please do the best that you can. And do what? And send it through official channel, whereby you'll be able to get evidence to support such applications. Money transfer receipts. If it is the case that your mother, that your brother, that your cousin, your brother's wife, and so on, the relative is dependent on you, there have to be consistency. So it cannot be a situation whereby you send money today, the next time you send money is 6 months' time. And when you send the money is £20. 6 months you spend another £20. You cannot use this evidence to convince the entry clearance officer that there is a dependency, because you and I know £20 cannot last for 6 months. So it's important that you look at the calculations, you look at the standard of living in order to be able to meet this dependency requirement. The dependency must be a dependency of necessity. You don't simply just choose that I'm sending this money because it's a matter of choice. If in fact it's a dependency of necessity, you'll be able to tell from the evidence. So for example, I am Italian national living in the UK, exercising my treaty right. My mother is dependent on me. I send money to my mother on a regular basis. So every month, say I send about £100 to my mother for her standard of living, to meet the cost of her living. So every month, £100. Every month, £100. Every month, £100. You will see that there is consistency. You see, you will see that there is consistency. And if I'm able to provide evidence of this for a period of 5 years, it will be very difficult for any entry clearance officer to challenge that my mother is not dependent on me. Also, before you came to the UK, if you have evidence to show that you've been sending money and goods and services to your mother and you have documentary evidence to back it up, this helps in applications as well. Say your brother has got children, or your sister has got children facing the same situation. Maybe their mother is passed away, their father is maybe alcoholic drunkard who cannot look after the child. You have two options. If you are able to prove the relationship, you have your birth certificate, your brother's birth certificate that will link you to one mother, the child's birth certificate that will show that your brother is the father of the child, and the evidence are credible, then of course you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to use this evidence to do what? To submit your application. So there isn't a new law per se. The law is already there. It's just that people are unable to satisfy the requirement because of sometimes the way we send monies across to our dear ones in Ghana. Sometimes instead of sending the money direct to the person, we'll be sending the money to maybe third parties. And therefore, it makes it very difficult sometimes for entry clearance officers to believe you. So for me, I would say it's important that if possible, send the evidence or send the money directly to the family member or to the relative, so that you can have direct evidence to do what? To direct evidence to do what? To submit the application. If the person is a family member, then of course prove evidence of relationship and prove evidence of dependency. If you are able to do that, of course you are halfway through. You also have to be able to prove that when they come to the UK, you can maintain them, you can accommodate them. So for example, if you yourself, you don't have accommodation, how are you going to bring someone here? It's not possible. If for example you are relying on the state, how are you going to bring someone here? So please do the best that you can and do what? And make sure that you can satisfy the requirement, because if you are able to produce the goods, Lawyer Darkon Justice and Law Solicitors will be able to help you to achieve your objective. There is no new law, it's the same old law. But you need to prove dependency. You need to prove evidence of relationship. You need to prove that when they come, you'll be able to maintain them and you'll be able to accommodate them. If their parents are dead, make sure that you have their death certificate. If their parents are incapable, maybe in some cases you have to apply for custody order to show, or in some cases you have to adopt the children through legal adoption, because adoption, as I explained last time, it is Ghana adoption is now recognized in the UK, and I have a case law that we can use to support your case. Not only that, we also did investigation. We wrote to the Home Office for them to give us a direct response. And to be strange enough, we had 2 responses from the Home Office. One said Ghana adoption is recognized in the UK. The other said Ghana adoption is not recognized in the UK. But we have used one case to test the law, and we have won the case in court. And if you come to us, we'll be able to do you justice. So we thank you very much for doing the listening. We are going to activate the telephone lines. And if you have any question, you can also call in. If you have any contribution, you can also call in. Let's do the best that we can and help ourselves. Let's do the right thing so that we don't find ourselves in a compromising situation, and especially this Brexit business. I know some people have decided that they don't care, they will not do it. Whatever happens, happens. That is a choice that people have to make. But the reality is this: when you find yourself in that situation, please do remember that you have brought it upon yourself, because sometimes these things can be very, very serious, because we sit here and we don't know what has happened to the Windrush generation. When they came in, things were so easy. They could do whatever they want. They did not feel the need even to go to the Home Office or even to renew their passports. 40 years later, they are being told that they are illegals. Some of them have been detained. Some of them have been removed from the UK. In fact, some of them went to Jamaica and they have actually died because of the shock. After 40 years, they went back to Jamaica. They realized Jamaica has changed so much. People have been living here for so long. You go back to Ghana and you'll be surprised. Ghana has changed so much. It's a different country altogether. You don't fit in, and you will see that it is not a joke. So please, bear with us. When we speak, sometimes passion, that is the reason that sometimes, the consequences, sometimes what could happen to people. And, people decide not to take it serious. It becomes a bit frustrating. So let's do the best that we can and make sure that we take the right steps and do the right thing, so that, we don't find ourselves in a bad situation. So we thank you very much for tuning in. We will activate the telephone lines, and you can also call in any contribution that you have. We are happy to listen to you and what you got to say, and we will take it from there. Because exactly past, Pastor will be in the house, and he will bring us the word of God. As I say, a lot of people now go back and watch the program over and over and over. Last week's program, you go to YouTube, you can see we are getting to nearly 2,000 views. Pastor Alex Kwabenedua's program is over 500 people who have actually listened to the program only on Facebook. So you can imagine people tune in YouTube and so on and so forth. Only on Facebook, over 500, which is not a joke. Taking that, the century that we live in, and people's believe that they don't even believe in God anymore, and and so on and so forth. So for me, getting 500 for religious program is unbelievable, and I could see that every week is going up and up and up and up. So definitely radio, Fire Life Radio is the place to be. No doubt about that. The word of God is going far. The word of God is getting to people. It's just that sometimes you have so many silent listeners, and sometimes they feel shy. They don't want to call for people to hear their voices. They have their legitimate reasons why they do that. But people call us all the time for spiritual guidance and also for legal guidance. So we thank you, people who have had belief in us, people who believe in us, and people who are giving us the chance to be involved in their lives one way or the other. We thank you. Those people who have also wasted their time to listen to us this afternoon, we thank you for your time. Share the program with all your loved ones, so if they are unable to watch us this afternoon, they can also watch us at some point, either today or tomorrow. We have people actually started calling already. If I was unable to pick, you can call. I'm going to activate the telephone lines. The number to call is 0203 002 8482. The line is 0203 002 8482. You can also call in if you want to call and you have a question or you have any contribution. You can also call us through our WhatsApp line, which is plus 4420 300 28482. I repeat the number once again. It's 0044 203 002 8482. That is the number to call. We've got someone on the line. Let's go and take the person. Okay, the WhatsApp is also coming in. If you call on WhatsApp, as soon as we mention your last 4-digit number, that means it's your turn to call. Let's pick the person on the WhatsApp. Let's see. The person on the WhatsApp is 2024. Hello.
What's up?
The person on the WhatsApp.
Hello? What's up? The person on WhatsApp. Okay.
The person on the WhatsApp is not ready, so let's take 8508. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Nampa Chodini Sena in Akase Free.
Me pass your Mama Boat in the Casa Free Reading.
Mama Boat from Reading. Young Quay.
I said, look, I do today.
Anna Divya is serious.
And then Omuka Boy, fireman, last week of man, positive in Ghana. They say last week of man, positive in Ghana.
Debbie, who's a positive there or somewhat?
You. Last week, said your positive to I now see it because it's a I'm from a papa, I'm a mountain power. Let them come out for the back studio on the thing. Baby, I said, yet the more can't see ya. You more can make type pass and say, lawyer. A castle, say, come out of food, said, you are very dying, and for no one, and come resign, and for no better, and I said, make hyper. And I mean, that is so very dying. Now you need to be and a lawyer kind. Ben 6 months ahead. And I'm pie, could do say, mammy, it's a so resign. And she said, maybe you have no more car, or winning dainty or more car. And she just said, be any panel or miniano. Yes, stretching it too much. They say, lawyer, we need to be a colony. Not the month, and the buy now, so yet to change. No, person who has any kind of leading to the mamma. But I said that this is an hour question. Can they all can be no, and no, no, fireman, any other. Asiano, into your brother cow, and Tina on cancer. I say, dear, only boom full of professor, but the way I and Tina on cafe, and buy a yaha or Benjamin yes, maybe a name it to their own, it's their own country, but we are now, yes, they say, for you say, dear. Yes, he's yam. Yeah, Debbie. Anyway, what's the matter? I don't fool you, no one you, sir. As I not a collector, mentioned the taking too much. It's a layer of things. Who will be the bear? No, I can't see it. No, I am him. Because neighbor, and that bounce to be a baby. What can be a man of them? Saturday, and I'm going to tomorrow. You may. Mamma, nine, dear. Person make us have a baby. They are positive now. Last week, Jenny, make a me who didn't come. And yeah. Yeah, and I'm my age. Yama. My money, so the Diana fires, what would you say? I don't know. Yes, one more. The bedroom bed, yes, I have a pana. Ono so a family man e you put the breeze and I'm saying yes now e man you be move back that in the phone the family dia e ho ni dia mu megina ba bia anka se lawyer e bi kabone so waka de se mu ana mo family ya anana e da boni na ide e die dia no be si ha na mi sam fa no asem you be dia yeah, get the paralyzed ready. Thank you. Yeah, we program. Yeah, and we side. A lawyer for that, you know,
okay, thank you very much. After Yanko 1167. Hello.
1167.
Me patcho the number end of 1167 no so kama radio na echo from my ya na wutie free your phone ne so a ebeboy. Okay. Yanko hello dear offer ABC WhatsApp ne so hello. Hello, good morning or good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Pacho, we didn't say Nakasa free.
Because I'm free UK.
UK, we didn't say.
Indeed, Rhoda.
Hey, would you know Pao, Rhoda young quay? Now, question when I was with sir.
We person visa, we person the family. We get a UK passport at the same time, get a black. Na let me be a me the black in there, not the coconut. Na me the family manner, me for near him, me for red passport in the name, found one, have this ambo mono, me were ticketing, be war, me buy, me the buy, and me to me the goose and I'm the other family manner, and I said, I'm very desperate. Now, Yamina, mammy, I don't know what happened, I may be a used to see enemy. You won't say, my sorry, mad, they are sending me. They are sending WhatsApp. And I'm saying, what? Mammy, question, I didn't
okay. Rhoda, I was CP, was sorry, Bounce Yadanasi, as a when you are bro, now or no quan, I'm fan Shannon, now I share, Ama Ebuso as soon as group chat. So, any your bomber basopa. The omni say, Ubetimi are your copies of red. Any your friend is saying black in Nina to show as a wako Ghana, Oko Ghana, no, or de or black passport, no, ana eye de o use edi free Ghana enti no ubetimi edi ni mienu nyina ana take it in a crown o bia betimi de eno so aka ho to show say yampa say we a regular visitor to your children in Ghana. Now ukofa ba free Ghana eno no eso ye careful kakra say unkwa na uwo krumu a ana akwakofa enkra na ba ye fe bibi sole responsibility eso it me prove say enkra no unkwa na wo hwe omo papa enka ho if their father is not here in the UK with you. So when me improve data and no it can cause a bit of difficulties. And here hono I say we be careful. I am uncle for baba easy, but majority of the application get refused on the basis of sole responsibility. And you know, make us say hono be very, very careful. As on evidence say unkwana make all the major decisions concerning the children's lives, education, church, school, and general welfare. And any pana ocean cranema, you also need to be able to demonstrate why any panel intimi and coso and shen cran. And enyadia a simple sir. And you know, these are some of the things that you have to be very careful. So if you need a driver to drive you to your destination, Justice and Law Solicitors, the number betija, Ubana be huya. You bet me a dim combo, near Shishaniama, and baby BSC so kama. Why? You were UK, you were baby a fanny Brixton, Yeni Ghana, you were baby a fanny Brixton, I were London Hanamo. So Ghana and I see a Yama crana in Edia Abafi and Fidi, Abafu and Fidi, I may be beer to me a coso, and you know, so here more on Quadia, a UK law, UK visa and Quadia. Justice and Law, Ubiabi dia dance, Ubiabe catch say ye dem figure. Ye de
dance ya kasemena metu na mambre abamu last year. Minya me ese minya evidence say me ana me hwe nkwala, right?
Okay.
My passport so ese me ye copies of black one
and
a copies of
red one in yes. And you know, me say we are okay to show say you have been to Ghana, but there are other requirements. And I'm a example. The key is able to demonstrate sole responsibility, because sole responsibility no when me demonstrate case no ebejiegu. Somebody refusing crofo and none of the refuse under paragraph 297E of the immigration rules. And also make us say if you don't believe say unkwa na hwe nkra no you believe say bia kwad papa hye baby ana o petani say ana say enti no ayana e ha dwene the refuse nkrofo a che say obi application be refuse ni bia no obehwe the same sole responsibility no ebi o say enkra na na ehwe a believe say you shared responsibility of enkra ne nana no enti nyintum enti ada paragraph 2297E Ome refuse you. Just will be application be refuse no. The same sole responsibility ya. Enti no a bit difficult to overcome. Important as you understand it exactly what they want. You know, enti so called Facebook your programs on your treaty sole responsibility. O bonawuti ya ubun say a bebo amonya better understanding. Now the mechanism say
Facebook classes ya.
There's so many programs there. Say over encrani life ma say oniska odi be ma wo mo na so mo kwa sori kra no ko fo mu kobia o hwe mu bi se ka so bi hwe ne ba enyiska nko a enti ho ne yenye very careful. Se school cultural letter ese papa no is on records as one of the emergency contactor encrani get to £6,000 beshim ye mfama. The father must not have any role in the children's lives. That is the only way you can prove sole responsibility. You must be the one who have control over the children, where they sleep, where they go to school, where they go to church, when they go to hospital for treatment. You are the one having a say. The father is not involved whatsoever. The father has abdicated responsibility. The father is not involved in the children's lives. The father doesn't play any role in their lives. He doesn't see them. If the father sees them, so responsibility is going to hit you. If the father buy food for them every now and then, basically you don't have sole responsibility and therefore application will be refused.
Advice I made to me the one is said, oh dear, if you have a problem, come to Justice and Law Solicitors.
Very important. Very important because says here application fee for one child is about £3,000. So when you two, now could just 6,000. You sole responsibility. What when you
you come to Justice.
Sorry to it's not funny, but don't because almost say 2,000.
I won't say they have pegged the fee. They have pegged the fee against the pound, against the dollar. Won't say almost charging in dollars in Ghana. Say pound anyway go as because of Brexit. A yani your friend is saying dollar nimpa pay. So on yes. And he say no fee no ushema na o roughly speaking, we bet immigration health surcharge fees. That alone is about £1,400. And send away to your application fee, you know.
Like NHS,
NHS fees, you know. And send away to your application fee, you know, which is about £1,600. And to come with 1,000, 4,006, 3,000 choppable pounds. Oh yeah, and cry 3, £9,000. Now say we need the way. Now say we court now koye na say refuse you 9,000 ko. Edu time a ho be hye no, wo be hia lawyer. Lawyer for so there, almost shishwa ni nkwa mu yede. Aha. And he said you said you.
I was thinking, said 2,000, 6,000 pounds. No crab, my dream, no.
And you pay big count. Because on top of that, almost I call you.
And then I said, me pick it twins forward. Almost twins, but me, and about so you're different.
And
Mammy, Scasam, the end come with you. Scasam, the end come with you. And to the Brabby Justice and Law.
Okay.
Why? Oh dear, oh bad. Justice and Law, you're flexible.
Oh, I in a link.
Okay, Facebook near the Toswama CCA. Why?
Okay, my free Facebook because now noisy.
Okay, and to be a year to be abaso, over to me, I could be one to the Nina air to Amon. Now, Justice and Law said the DNC Etienne. You believe it's a true justice. You know, we through the law we can bring justice to people. Nyanko Ponso Ayadum, ye cases ebisum, I would say 95% a straightforward success. 5% ye trim manson, but a no crown of 4% ye berini. Into ye ratio. Mami radio so adwuma yaba for 9 solid years. Na said it be a can say sometimes it takes time for people to hear about you. Entino yesi yenyaida de be a beba na e de futu abre yenuanom. Because ana ya obeti yesi Ghana follow yesi akohwifo omuji nkrofo sikadi Justice and Law ye Ghana for yentisa. Sebio yesi batekeria doso enti ama ye hu kremu papa. But Justice and Law, your bar, the victim, your back archer, Obasoswa, ye fair, ye fee, fair price, ye surge room soswa, ye and Tokwe ye in castle. We fight until we get to the destiny. Only yesterday. Oh, consultation, you know. Consultation, ye £80 a pay. Ye £80 a pay. £80 a pay. A pay, not the penance. Obviously, yeah, Obiba make us say £80. So what's it 150? And I'm saying there be I charge you 150. What's here for papa? Well, baby, I'm young wine, young wine 150 and across advice the money in Ankokoto, Basa. Also, we was a crumb paid. But what the bar and I be difference, our Justice and Law, any other law firms him. Sometimes, I see. Enisa ukasa etu wo ho na mmom obi obedia dance bia beka kire say Justice and Law ye dem baako and I am proud to say advice any adwuma ye man nkrofo any gem ho enti no ye bekoso am maintain that reputation you know ye case ko to home office kra no mo ho so because honhum bi di akire we de bibi wom bibi so na nyame honhum de di akire so sana etie
Enti bring.
Na me mopa church di betu ho na me sikai ade we days we
Nyamina mauti. Nyamina mauti. Ntu de ye efre ne bra.
Ntu de per time oba e benya ntobo ase ye be break bibia down. Na wo se nyankomo no ania.
Wo su di ne de say.
Me de roda mache.
Roda. Aha. Wo se enyankomo ni nyina na enyankomo nyina na ebetimi adi ne phone so. Na de biam kasa asem wi afutu a wo de be ma wo baba no wontimi fa the same thing e ma wo baba mada e dey difference bebem sanity e me de paso atemasi okay ya da wasipi and the roda ya di nyamija that's right.
Yes, no matter how I am ever from so. I'm a mammy and say my breath for 5 years. No one ever. As I'm young as I'm a general,
They met me a catcher one, they said. To an among liberal justice and law solicitors. Now, baby, in about 2 years' time, along, Obesa Frey Eddie Adansi, or a year. I say, in your coupon and Munyam, I'm one who say, and your Cassani Ebi and Wakasa Keke. Now, on your coupon, you su yang, and ye the year and Yema Egenema. Intermediate, me person Casa Baby, they make me I can say, pick up your phone, come to Justice and Law Solicitors. Now, Ubedia Dancy, I say, your coupon Munyam. What?
If I say my nurse talking like this, and then is a dancing testimony.
Me, I don't want to say too much.
No, I do baby, and I'm a program, no more testimony time. Now, you kusuni.
Oh, Mate. On say, and yet, qua say, we untie dao, but she circumstance, I'm over the tea radio, ya, what friend now I know, say. On your coupon, a director to a direction be. So, who follow now, Odwakoma and Ma Justice and Law Solicitors. Not only lawyer Darko, a kabum namuye Juma, you'll be surprised at the on Yakupon Bay. And to me, Momudia is a direction and a Yakupon de Bemau. Ne be what binumu, Neti, a follow that direction. Sound make me a come,
Anna, every Saturday, be as winner timer, Trinity program, no testimony needed a bad debia. Ahana, Bemo diseli. Oh, yeah, program here, and me free. So, yes, start 11 o'clock UK time, 11 to 1. So, Justice and Law, it's me, my Bema. Bema, your friend is Selena, Ebeye Ubri, only 2 weeks ago. So, it is Hannah Etie. And Yameho, any day. That's right. You be at 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays, so Sundays. Some of the days, you get a juma on appointment from 2 to 6. And the offer, you bet me arrange mutually convenient time because this type of application, I am not a say ubinya understanding, because sometimes where's I use and bakupe it me damage bibia. Yemfa say example o kwakofa baba also na wo hwe na ebia ya kokyerehye ebia grandmother is the carer of the child eba sa pe wase bibia one word the penal say grandmother is the carer no e jimi bibia
if the grandmother is the carer, why are you going
this is the thing and to bani say tenancy justice and law say bibia ba enyanto boase hwe bibia mu e make sure say bibia si so pepe and san yakọ yanim enti your success rate sometimes it baffles me. Because I didn't know why me say because you so man than inshira. Angelina, so what on fellow on sanity, a inshira nkwa. Entina ayana sometimes a brilliant chias so. Yankopon ana enim de oye. A kwanya fa so crab ebeti unse enya normal. You know, but Nyamia be quite normal.
Nyamia direction and to follow it. Sister, follow it and come. And I'm looking forward to see your face.
Why? Yadwasipi, enti, Eddie Bessa Kasabi. Aye, enti, oko back to Facebook, their telephone number ni BB Atoso. enti ofre Monday a yebetimi ebuku appointment ama no abanado abehu ye yentenase na yen draw the road map enti se wote ase a ope evidence na you know what you are looking for emre pi no anakrofo kwaji evidence no beba no na bibia ye wrong na eso osaye bibia biem na fe frustration ekiki in but se wunya understanding na wuhu bebia wo kwa obehu bebia befa enti mesro pi before so betu anamo no brane behu ye yentenase na yenwene ho emom na yen plan so because ana a good say as a lawyer no share o client they know their story more than you enti na say what me tenase na woni ne plan here bibia eko na kwan so kama why enti brother yeda wasipi for your telephone call Nyankopon enshira na onka ho ba bia wo bia no problem enya den why enti bye bye for now afi yanko next caller so 1167 hello
1167.
We the imagine so chepe ma chopa mo fan che.
Hello.
Yes.
Aha, Pacho Drus within the sana ka say free here.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah, me ka say free reading.
O ka say free reading. Reading.
Me Pacho wo. Let me talk about the woman situation no. Na me bisa say yeah bad documents pen dey ya dey be ka ho aba.
Hey, one more di on timi hu situation no.
Yeah.
If I should do this say.
Your friend say Pacho.
Your friend is Vim lady.
Aha, afa na akasa. Vim lady me hu.
Na Vim lady udi anti we what Vim say kwa na want to person be ka say.
I'm so anti question no. Okay. I mean Vim lady per evidence actually say what now for 5 years. Any ID national biometric residency permit card, you know. That's it. Why? I me sure say what enti de be hia ne say ubenya evidence just what now 5 years enti bia be P60 for the past 5 years na what the biometric residency permit card, you know, ID aka ho aba na afi kakra ye se beji no na wo de aba na ye koyanim. Why? Enti no Vim lady sana wo de na kwa koye nyamene hene wo frɛ wrong number. Okay, Yanko 6724.
Yeah, hello, Lawyer David Master Daku. Also, good afternoon.
Hey, title dia no de na facho odi ne say akase free.
No, be say the amount say make us see something, e say ko jobo ati, make us see something.
Shouting kojobo ati. Yanko.
Yes. My tiwa no me say you are one of the honest and truthful lawyers. Na amama po ati the Saturday me tiwa. Na number 10 before some do question, because Buddha said Mr. Frank Dakuno. Pacho Yunia na asa mu say na mu din see e radio pharmacy.
I will mean you. I mean, I'm dinechi. I mean, I'm dinechi.
Wow, most huni say na also you speak for the say wow. Me also speak for radio pharmacy all the time. Oh, we are there. Oh yeah. Many a you me am hu. But already a question in a Kamibusa Kaka. But so follow appeal, let's say, payment go through. It's a key how long that been now hearing the because they see it needs 10 months, 1 year, 6 months, it depends. Somebody clarify the big account. Aye. Well, I'm telling you how come.
Yeah, say Ology appeal now. Aya na court ni be process enti na omatiska no. Enti enche bia obehia de letter bi bebrel ya tro so notice of pending proceedings. And on a say court in Saka, the proceedings is pending. The letter back on my home office, ese obi the complain about, ese why decision wrong, and untino or the case number court. About sana on my home office for about 15 weeks to reconsider the decision. And to oya lucky within that 15 weeks now, home office will come back and explain say omatri decision assign. And you know, ehun hiasem mobile court. Ebi also so ombe ignore. Ebi also so they will respond. They say they are going to fight the case. Ebasa court no will then move on and set a date for a hearing. Ubusa say ebe take how long? Ayana ubia any court to crack case no, it will be allocated to. Say one year lucky, na say it is allocated to court so busier. ema date ne kɔ n'akyi more sɛ woyɛ lucky na sɛ ɛkɔ case court a ɛnhyɛ da nyɛ too busy a ayɛ na ɛtumi ba n'anim enti roughly speaking no ɛnsɛm nkurɔfoɔ ka no ɛyɛ estimate they are not wrong sɛ uwo kroma na de appeal kotuma you are looking that your case your hearing will come on within 6 months to a year enti no omo ye right so omo kan sa asem no enti that will be the time obe target but say we are lucky now the grounds of appeal any evidence ade lodge appeal no very strong now say home office when you say you have addressed all the issues that they have raised I would say 9 out of 10 they will back off and what they will do is to withdraw the decision. Ebanisana, they will they will grant the visa without the need for a hearing. And that is how it works.
Oh, okay. With the before I go, with the second question, you listen with the million that they tell say, I saw cousin, I a telephone application. The cousin back home now. But I application 3 times. Now, I'm refusing. I'm refusing. No, I'm can't get back. I'm say a relationship now. I'm but when they say the cousin in the national and on a Ghana me now name papa and on papa and it's a papa back in papa and on papa no fit and a cousin and they tell me say any papa no you know I tell me the best the best step just yeah and on the when you're of a party and they say now Ghana want to take a better certificate declaration as baby and you are and you are Ghana your best in the one of my letter say would you who are 85 years on register in your best death settlement and no more years and above so among your best but some of the best about the truth I mean the old that you release but almost still among your days among you and the equation to pay the but maybe there could be a cell mass, crystal health, Anglo, not cousin in conclusion. Your email letter say they can do it. Get their chum to still almost all money, the just in a mama appeal right. Instead, they didn't do a bit of cash, they come back about, meaning they will become okay as much as they obey here for your evidence in an independence issue. But you should be the Ghana, the almost your letter say dependence, you're shooting of any Ghana, and I was no afraid of her. Yes, but we almost know. It's the name of us almost today.
It's not a big deal, or it's a big deal, Krana. Sometimes people need to realize say when you don't have the direct evidence, Home Office can normally argue say but when you have subsequent evidence, evidence kakrefria, primary secondary evidences now. It can be convincing. So, for example, Papa na wewu no, menewa mepe ni death certificate say unya, owu ya nebi omu twetwa pictures. Enipa na wu dada ho no. Mbetimi e de sa pictures na ba, e be evidence che say wewu ampa. Baby ye see no. Ebia omu ye funeral program. All these are secondary evidence it can be used. There are so many ways ubetimi anya other corroborative evidence ebetimi support our theory. So obanas yetenasia, we will explore, bring we will do what do you call it? We will brainstorm and look at other ways ebetimi anya evidence. We have come across a case like that and now obi de yenya death certificate. But any pana ewu na o video, omutwa video. And the video need my photographer e ma na ye de e pictures through the video. Baby you see any pana omutwa pictures. Amanfo a omo ho a esiye omo di adanse abusuan family abusuan panyinifo oni say na abusuan ne ye oyoko abusuan omo letterhead omo chocho letters confirming facts and it has secondary evidence no okay nyina bom na de kogina jejenima wo the fact is say you were even willing and able to do DNA but they are telling you say scientifically they cannot bring any conclusive evidence. If that is the case what else can you do? Me feel say a judge will be more reasonable. Sometimes Home Office domini see so what the record 10 the same letter ni atwara ba ni change date and sometimes court is the only answer.
All you can do is justice and law solicitors. Simple as that. Justice and law solicitors.
Why? And that's all I can say. Na afi no. Umba ibi hu se de besi akono. Why? na nyame ne hene ampa no problem
and I went to glitter so last we name to me we need and I papa I come at that face
oh I see
come up papa me press me dama me try me nya
oh okay
and then the manya me dama to back me bomb me so biam to so I come up papa
oh that's good
tiwani mkama yes RCP
let us when me jam nyame nka mo ho na o hira mo na duma mo ye magana fo no
edabase
okay okay yanko let's call us way 224 hello Edruso Pacho
hello lawyer
good afternoon to you na Pacho ho ni
Mr. Watchina ka say
Mr. Watchwa boko ti na yehu no Bibi aboko de
Nyanko padum boko
ye chebusianfo ne so na enawie
okay enawie de mame na ofre bina no ose ofre sisi anu so de ne ba opeso okopa na free Ghana ba no and obusa consultation no na me be sembe kan so sembe me ka kire no ese consultation no say the David na yem yi CPA ni tekwa no so oba Monday na consultation 80 pound no echi no next what na application ba na bia for example na me mo charge ni be 700 800 na 1000 kura consultation ni out aya 30 free what the year me ka me kan chiru bia but that me keep it to myself
Mr. Bwachu Kume.
I have to cream.
Mr. Bwachu Bomiko,
into my man found to know on Kai. About consultation, if you have to take on fine. Okay, can you on fine? We are not the bar. Okay, it's now. Now, Obama has what I didn't Tarzan, on what you eat in every mamma. Mama Rufi.
Anyading.
Oh, the Nyame Mate.
Really, that was just by the way. Me, Timbusano, MTM, and also. Let me say straightforward, but confirmation I may pay. Don't indefinite. Oh, indefinite. Now, Officer Kofa, Obefri Ghana bar. Financial requirements, no. A bid out one. A question back. And then fancy some indefinite to Krumha. Fancy what Jawa live in the EU, what Jawa in Tiaze, you're on your own. Now, the soccer farmer, I'm free Ghana bar. A bet more. Is it possible? Who can be a looking at farm of a farm?
Okay. First one will be saying, say
financial
requirement does it apply to someone with indefinite leave to bring their children? The answer is no, it doesn't apply. However, you need to be able to demonstrate say enkraneba where they ubetimi ahwe they will not become a burden to the UK government. And no whilst there is no specific financial requirement, they will look at adequate maintenance. And you can't want them that adequate maintenance, so we a single father, now say we might 3 years, or maybe compared to someone who is in receipt of your friend is saying income support. Honestly, a single father, ne my 3. Sika by the man no. So what to rent and no cancel taxi free ma. Says Canana also so Giana so more than that. So what you less than
David Pacho mean Kawan when we say a cat say no question name we. The house say no question man.
Any question no wapa. And you two pay a wapa.
Sir,
aye, what are Koso mean to? Aye, what
okay, na second one say obi nso no busa me say no say why biometric no home office what the na application man no say na application ma fu no say after 10 days and I send a card that was at the end there the card 10 days later na card na my why email you almost say na card na my na o mo email in the back say they will get intact but as a customer nipa no case worker no so no obetimi right no direct no be so let's say when you mail you more some best sorts in the house, number have a biometric card and apple, you hiding, was it there 2 weeks in the 1 2 month? Is it necessary say or better a case we can direct every son of what man say on train and that's all come on more fast or better the issue no.
Okay,
I mean, question and one.
Yeah, we shall let the brain now. On better also say your card will be delivered within the next 10 days. If it has not arrived, then you can contact them by following this link. So the email address be better. And I saw Google, just put in my BRP card has not arrived. It will take you to that website and you just have to put in the details and then they will alert the biometric team. Now also alert the case worker. No? The feedback, Beba, what has happened sometimes within 24 hours, sometimes within 2 days. A bit on man, there is a delay in the card, you know. Almost your card now. Sometimes they can be delayed. Sometimes almost 10 days now they are unable. Sometimes there's a backlog, and they will give you the feedback and say "Nyanto boasie mai." Maybe within the next 15 days on Sabeka. It make us say "Nyanto boasie." Dear Beba. First one, Ebusai. So, Baba, is there any financial requirement? The answer is no. There is no financial requirement. Say ukita permanent residency and also ukita indefinite leave to remain. However, you have to be able to demonstrate to the UK government to say you can maintain and accommodate the child or the children when they come to the UK. And they will look at your income minus rent minus council tax. Whatever is left now, they will compare that to a family of equal size who is in receipt of income support. As we know, no, say OG income supporter, you don't pay council tax, you don't pay rent. Abani triama automatically. Enti abane sana sika abane ma se didi no. Se nipa no so ewoba. Uwoba na se ma income supporter aya ma child premium ne nkeka ho. Enti eska de be ma no. Is it the same? Is it equivalent to ska wo ye to rent free and no council tax free ma? Sika also ekano. Is it the same thing as family of equivalent size who is in receipt of income support? If that is the case, any ubetimi do baba omiti sa requirement, you know. If that is not the case, now say odi lesser, and they will refuse your application on the basis say you cannot maintain that family member. Me pacho what they making us say. Aha, and for so for example, na calculations in easy. Ebia oya adwuma month, oya adwuma week oje £100, or rent £20, or council tax £10. And to free man, you get disposable income of £70 left. O kwakofa ubaba akupe na aba. O ye single man, o ye single father. Ebia mesim ye single father. Me ye UK ni am kita British passport. Me waba baako ono so ye British ni o kita British passport. Me nya adwuma enti me income support. My rent and my council tax is paid by the government. At the end of each week, you know, government now emma me £70. Ese me mfendidi na me mfa nhwe me ba. Enti eba ni sana wo income eka no after payment of the rent any council tax no is £70. Me so eska ban de ma me £70. Enti eba ni sana then you will be deemed say you have enough money to look after your child because income support rate, you know, the minimum threshold abani free say obia onye adwuma kra no the person must live on and is therefore say equivalent there any obeye okay so wo de any more so a obeye okay na mom wo de any less than a family of equal size who is in receipt of income supporter you be deemed say you don't have money to be able to maintain your child. In that case application will be refused and that is how it is.
But just what I say.
Emudaho, Yadawasipi. I just watch Lesaka Sebi. After Yanko from Mammy Boatman from Dalston, we're just watching. Hello, Mammy Boatman. Ah, if you are you're born in Kakranka Cress. I
have 2 questions, and I'm or yeah, account out of justice and law.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Mr. Wachido agent on the Dinkrofoba. All the way from Telford. Or some Sano driver Modoma by justice and law.
Yeah. na lawyer da ko ya de pa na me nim ni mafidie yetena ho a yebeti nyame ni meka chete for say wo nkrata wo nyankrata wo betena ho a ma usua nyansa bebre enye se wo tie tete because who can politics, who can law, who can kwalasa, who can family asem wotena ho a eye futuo kasa mawo enya wadwene se woni nkrata ntino wenya nkrata ntino wo de wundie no ahun wenya dade no watie no wafamu nyansa because nyansa bebre wo memenda no wo betena ho a nyansa bia wote ho kwa wo awo memetena radio hu ama me de anya a lot of experience pa e ma wo sa motivate you ma wutimi kasa woni pam wo fresh ni nyina wo fo so wo fresh am obi at voice no it's not like that just like that e ma wo said you will see ye bold out ni kaka because be out be be went me anya bold ntimi express yourself lawyer ba wo betra ni no wo went me an kasa express yourself won't you think what me show and you fan share be nya minim ni Ghana for what na boy ayi na kuma nya lawyer bia na mo how many radio station amutie ni ade am person me bo radio station it mo won say lawyer bia bet na wa bia na kuma a chire mu no mo san se mo be kan nyina fa azano ma
Good afternoon, sir. Hello?
Pacho jina sumaya wa your board number na no wakasa. Pacho jina sumaya man fu jina so.
That kind of communication also ka uma usua say dey kasa o radio so nyina me frem ani die ma me merbo atima. Ma sua no ma bebre wo so wo se be jina so din na wo te wa so because asem no pentem no ade kasa. But the so tie de nipa no te wo na wo ka no. Wo so de afemu abatu an mo nti me da ma ti bebre. Ye ke pastor dia mo wi ama mo num mo fidie no e konso okay, Yankoi. 3912. Hello.
Pacho, the number ended 3912. No, 3912. I do so.
Hello.
3912. Kasa.
Me Pacho, me was similar issue. Me about Ghana and me person me didn't ban any issue, but I had wanted a private consultation if that's possible.
Yes, Justice and Law Solicitors.
If you could write our number down, give us a call, and you can arrange to come and see us, and we will go through everything so that you don't make any mistakes. The number is 0207 993 5976. The mobile number is 07538 969 589. So offer Monday between 9:30 to 5:30. There is always someone there to answer your telephone calls. We will arrange a mutually convenient time for you to come in. We will take our time and talk you through the process, what needs to be done, the pitfalls, how to avoid them, so that you can make a successful application.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You.
After you move
Have a nice day.
Likewise. Bye bye. Okay, 7753. Pacho Drusu Yanko. Hello.
Hello, lawyer.
Me Pacho din de send akase free here.
Mr. Pacho, me din de Mr. Robert.
Hey, Mr. Robert, long time.
Yes, sir.
Eso the Tesco's ne kan ho ni ehun.
Okay.
Eso the Tesco's ne kan ho ni ehun.
Testo card.
Asemo, Vivian Makodi.
Nyami adom.
De nyami ase. Na mame ne so ho ye.
Nyami adom.
Wo se me chia no
wa. Wo ye pa.
Wo se aya wo hwehwe me kakra wa.
Oh, maybe I'll be sour still.
But Mr. Robert Lowa o radio no kakra ne kasa. Why?
Okay.
Obet me akasa.
Oh, okay. No maybe so say obi or I have before 5 years no. And so onya a resident card. In case of all bar. Now Sepia you are not entitled for British wear. Obano bet me British wear now.
Okay, the key and I said the important ESA establishing ye. Osi Obi, Onya Chrono, or a nationality.
Italy.
Okay. Se Onya Chrono Italian, Nasa Obe Krumu, no kita Italian citizenship. Ana watena her for 5 years. Enipano qualify for permanent residency card. As soon as
now Onya 5 years. Onya 5 years. But over before I'll be our processing way residence stay for maybe 2017.
Okay, the question is anybody by year being.
Okay, hold on.
Hello, lawyer.
Hello. Okay, let me say.
Mami Duku.
Mami Duku. Bibia Boko.
Yes, lawyer.
Okay. Fire away.
My question is me card now me patro me no. It shows I was here from 2017. That is into me card and it started from 2017. But you see I mean my bank come because British passport no. But I've heard this I just say me was residency for the past residency for 5 years.
Okay.
But it me card didn't show say I was here from 2017. But the person was say from 2015, Kurana me work room has said that. And I'm a year Juma 2015, but I'm saying card na me year late.
Okay.
It is there anything be I make me call back to reverse it.
Okay.
And my card no from 2015 and I say my year no meeting any be.
Okay, let's do this calculation. We say 2015 to 2019 Kurana 4 years. And to unyenya 5 years. And therefore no you don't qualify for indefinite and as a permanent residency. So this is what can be done.
Okay.
So unyenya 5 years ubetumi akwaje permanent residency. Na afe one naturalized baby no as a British citizen and so akwaje British passport. That's how it works. Because the child is not automatic British. The child only becomes automatic British once you have obtained your permanent residency. And tiamfa say ne ya metie say me permanent residency na me wo straight away me buy a British I can apply for British passport. Say me wo ne na echina me nya indefinite me ba nya British esa me naturalize me ba no because me wo no esa na me nya indefinite. Me patcho what you say.
Okay.
Enti sana eti.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enti baby no be man na so ba.
Me wa show your ba.
Sound. Your friend is saying.
Me wa try. Your friend mama say wa.
Hey,
your friend mama say wa.
Chale, any do no pa.
Yen na na din. Ana dia to me nana no. Ana ni mu hwe. Mr. Robert, me know asempa. Akonta kan wo fa hudi. Wasa wo body mat elsa na to me nana. One can't tell me.
Na me pato new way say na ID card na see the documents this ba na say we just have to do and I here be a payslip and other documents.
I mean say we are lucky na say omo run checks na say omo ehu details na you may not need to send anything. But sometimes omo run checks na omo so yehu we fa webra enti make so ba application na generally speaking what they pay evidence I say time what tikru mu nyina na what ya na what the account.
Why?
Why? And the other CP. I know what my say why. Okay, bye bye. Yemfa your last call and yemfa jumadi na Emra na wie ye Christ the Livingstone ya for more time pa 6791 me patcho adrus yenko.
Good afternoon, lawyer.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much, Pastor. When you're patient, am I na afraid? No, when you're towards Yamai. Pachodini said, I can say free.
I'm Diani Bismarck, because I feel ready.
Udiani Bismarck, the new deal, make your friend Sebi, your friend Bismarck David.
And a reading for Frepa. And a
reading for Frepa.
And a one Frepa. What is going on in Reading?
Yeah. Well, we didn't have a bon abaso near Jumapa. No, I the Eboa Ghana for Kuma.
Sometimes it's nice to appreciate the little that people do. And also so a shame crying. Am I more yes,
I Bismarck there, Yana no pen, and Yana no quano de can. Or no be per lawyer or son in sa. No, I can't just say massa. Some case Brixton, I'm sure no coyer. And me making sure say, me do baby wura office one casa. And Bismarck was here that was a pa for your continuous support. And I said, well, Nitriano, what you may be anywhere or the Abawa, I feel it because Akuma Ikita. The Yamkasa same way, shall be by a hole. No, Yakukita Akuma pa. Yes, I saw mana than Inshira. So, Anna, as I am one, Namidanyam say, Nippon so buy a hono, 99%. Or more bar, or more than paneva. And Tina, am I a success rate as you high? They work over us. Papa, on doubt to anything that we do. Yakasa you be say, was no problem. Yakasa be say, was no problem. Musan baby or coy and say no buy or young wine is at no. So, but no buy it. But Musa or baby, a papa. And then you may be a senior or dear bar. I know one touch. That you may be annual. And to be down to you, I say, Master, I have a banner to wipe him. Maybe be born a man for woman. And to the coffee, what the boss say, what the worries near Bello Adako. And it's in a wood can. And you know, worry no more. What one a phone call number say, be other than and to see that was a power for belief. Any GDR, Oemu, just definitely BBR Esiso, Kama, so and insanity. Oh, question my na say, about so lawyer
with the about Bonana, with the Mamo, Bonana, with the Mamo, yeah, yes, that was a education. Why?
In fact, Ofre Crano, I seem to be seeing me. Pacho, I have from why. I have frame now Obano yen sorting out for good. A can be a piabeda one, and you refi, Ofreya Nabisi
Mati.
And here I won't find you sometimes any photo. Every to be fee. I give it to me back, never one crew. And so now refi almost.
Answer, and then telephone call out, why, and what bam for so far. And what bam for so far.
Monday, my friend.
I what a friend Monday, and I am sort of a crown for good. Because 5 years naked and enough. Eso nya indefinite na so njo no so dem e pa kire no
me da se lawyer me da se nyame sha
okay bye for now. Hello 2024 hello mpacho de wa frame mobile phone so no betimi akasa wai hello mpacho wan ni
Mami Safua Roda, Nasa Basubi.
Mami Roda, Yanko.
No, me bomb a bus. Me boss, me bomb a bus right to Facebook. And I want the job. That's it. Mimbisa say, your failure, you give me your failure. Your failure, na your failure.
Very good question. There has been a slight change just 1st of August year. Before 1st of August, now Home Office policy ne say applicant ebe filing the documents in Ghana. Now sponsor filing the documents it was Sheffield. 1st of August year, I must change the BM. Say my advice and memo biane say it is safer to file the documents at one place. I didn't in America, sir. Because say no okwa sponsor ni applicant ni document omo scan e wo Ghana and say na who sponsor no so document omo wo scanning hub a omo create wo UK what post to the akwa wo mu na watch omo baby a omo scan one chira they will scan where they feel is important and tiamfa say who passport say every year bi akohumba no ko scan only one page. Now you could refuse. You say, oh, about 10 years in the work of Ghana, about Copen, I show ma. Oh, there's no evidence on the come out or how. To me, make say, baby, Biana, and who hiano, obey a colored photocopy. Now, Ode, when near money in our Kakoma, Bano, Ghana. No, I catch almost say, almost scanning in at one place. And it's a mistake, Bema, would him do the Kakoshen because he has canny be Ghana, yes, Kani Biwaha, 2 different companies. No mistake, Bema. One I will call Uko we were because one farm, Uko we were because one farm, Nano Sababa Yasam for and advisable say, personally, my view, they say, almost Kenya, almost charge it. Ghana, almost charge about £150 extra for scanning your documents, including the sponsor's document. It is worth paying the money. UK, almost charges £75 for scanning the sponsor's document. Personally, Fanny Nama Crano Ghana, na omo fanko, na omo enyadien, and scanning in ewo honomo. And just in case he say, Asemba hon say, Abia for example, or passport, there's only one stamp that shows he said for the past 10 years, what visit to Bane once. You know, say this company in Adema, my woman 5 pages, I just saw Ghana 5 times. And he said, oh, point the fingers at. You know who to point the fingers at. T and Sandodo essay and wine. Tis almost yena way, ya, at the confusion in a eba. I hope say my answer question about me.
Miss Woody, bra, justice and law.
So now, how can you do this for me?
Okay, this is what happens. Personally, say me you be application. Yeah, applications Jamaica, Mauritius, so many nationalities, Gambia. Saying technology grow, and to documents or the beba. Or body documents we're presenting in I want to see a copy. We have to scrutinize every document to make sure it's in any home. Now you here, we document no, you remember DHL at our own cost to make sure say it will get to your child within 3 to 5 days. A drew honoma, you know bano, and I said Kara no, I go through. Aha, you saying, Fawesha, you say. Now you should said the home office for no air no. And on the day no. Na Kara ne den krano eko appointment de ntia sen krano kan woni se ombebon krano ensa no no metwa enkrano photo biometrics na afi no oma handi bibia in entia no mani so gani na yes scanning ne ma no ba ku mienu miensa ye wi a yes had ni nyina sa ma wo mo say they don't keep the documents. They will scan it and give the documents back to you. If they think said a document be a faker, you better say for original nebra na yan examine. And that is how it works. Because one yenesa now the name be air called UK had no say and then home office a private agency. And I dey come say omon scanning Emma UK on behalf for the UK border agency. Now another private agency is scanning the Ghana. Now omo ninya de come UK border agency. Enti no say UK border agency a decision. Na some ka say one fa we ama. Ukobusa company ne wa ha na omeka say one farm enti no man fa nko no. Ukobusa de Ghana na obeka say one farmer no ti no so one fa nko no. Ti who are you going to blame? A headache. I don't like the new system, but that is what it is. Because they said okay,
lawyer betro what
yes can because yeah the originals no eba koma oba no e wo Ghana wo niam na ade eba no ebeko Ghana
because me go next month.
Okay, oniama ne beko Ghana enti se wo ko na ade beko wo se me DHL wo se yo eno ne se bedru Ghana wo enye dru ho no na na akra ne niama no a omso be hia no omo de aka wo niama ne ho na che se under one roof omo ko present ya omo tue scam omo amoma scan ni nyina wo ho eno ano no wadwuma your job is done.
Se nkwala ne de ne no
there be enti na say bra no.
Okay. We say obiane in the circumstances. O circumstances no any be determine enema om de beka ho. For example, say ametia na mka say o fa on papa death certificate. Ebi on papa so mu. As I say I'm just talking without knowing the circumstances or the facts. Enti nipa ne be hu ya yetena say na go through everything. To nipa ne circumstances are any be determine enema obehia anyhow obesi ehia no. Because them case school letter make us a school letter the content and kwan bia ye nkwan na mbom ne de ana meka ana ka se we ye nkate nkwan na se we ye abe nkwan ana se we ye fie nkwan e pa cho de make what you say enti no ni nyina ni the taste of the food is in the eating enti hu se de sitia me hu na be hu say the ABC edi no why
Can't me your client.
Mate, Rhoda, Mate, pa. Mensro, why? Bibi asuma kwana kwanso. Why? Yada sipi. Me say ya fa Christ the Livingstone time pa. Enti djuma no ye beba na wie ye. Empanimfo se obana se wan kwa wogi wani so. Enti we say yeko na Christ the Livingstone esodi Nyankopon asem no ebremo. Amanfo frɛ Mama do free fan why? Mama do Belandi, it's young father. Hello.
We finally young one. What will call or the for work office. The consultation is a road that I text. I was asked you, I will pay time. If I want to say the next time, what about one back at the sentence? Give it a what I throw in can call. I pay. I got that a school on the tree of the Shiazo. Or yes, Papa on the Shiazi. It's the photo. Remember, play Jesus and the baby hour.
Okay, that's if he. Mammy Casadia, not just say, I was a yoko. Yes, Penny Garia, near if you asa. Ain't you know, Yabeko, Ama, Christ the Livingstone, as so the Yankopon, a seminal idea, every day. And tomorrow, multimedia to any Damasi. But don't touch the dial, yet in Yankopon, any anointing, as also a bamoso, and every day. Because if we are saying two things. Obepe be ye dia bo ho ban na say obepe obonsam edi wachi and also pe nyame edi wachi but eso hu say ewiase yese de after death no there's going to be judgment enti busa ho say ehina oye de owoko enti money yo ampa enti bi amfa na fidie no menko ba bia say wo hwe ya ye ko ye be saba within the next 2 minutes enti no yele masipi Eti money yo. Eti bi afana fidie no.
Money yo.